Have you ever been in a relationship and you're talking to your friend and you said, they're just like my mom, ah! Or they're just like my dad, they're just like my dad, what is wrong with them? You ever said that? Do you know why? Well, here's what happens when we're a child. Those caregivers that are around us, parents, mom, dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever it is that raised us, maybe our people that adopted us, but whoever those individuals are, we created a mold. We learned from them what relationships are supposed to be like. But what we don't know at that time, and most likely now, is that there was something that hurt us, that happened in that relationship. Something. And what's happened is we've taken that and created this mold in our subconscious mind. We're not even aware, that's why it's subconscious, we're not even aware of it. But it's the same mold that we're seeking other people by. And the reason is because something in that situation hurt us. We want to bring it to the surface. We want to find someone that's very similar because we want to repair that relationship. We want to repair that situation. The problem is you can't change people like that. You can't bring them in, subconsciously even, bring them in as a relationship and then try to fix them. Because you can't fix people. People do change, but they change upon themselves and not because you force them to change. But our parents, our caregivers, nothing to say that our caregivers are horrible people and they did everything wrong, but we're all individual and everyone has their own perspective. Now, I know, because I have it too, we all feel like everyone should see the world like we do. But the truth is, they don't, and we don't. So, recognizing that things do happen and great parents have things that happen in their relationship that tend to become imprinted in their children, they're seeking, as they get older, to repair that, and they can't. So, first and foremost, we have to find a way to stop that. Well, one of the things that you commonly will hear is when you ask someone, hey, what are you looking for? Well, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know what the hell I don't want. I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want cheater, I don't want abuser, I don't, whatever they are. But what ends up happening is you as a friend, or maybe you yourself, recognize, I keep finding the things that I am avoiding. I keep finding the same types of people over and over and over again. Why can't I learn? Well, here's why you are not learning. You are reaching out to people to date through an avoidance mechanism. You're attempting to avoid certain personalities or traits or whatever, and what you end up doing is attracting those traits. If you could imagine taking a bicycle and pedaling down a dirt path in the woods, and all of a sudden as you're coming down the dirt path, you recognize over here on the right beside the trail is this big old oak tree. It's probably 150 years old. It's massive. Your eyes immediately go to that. And what do you say? I gotta avoid that tree. Well, what are you gonna do? That's right, you're gonna hit it dead on. How do you stop from hitting the tree? You don't seek to avoid the tree. You take your eyes and you look on the path and you stay the course. You stay on your path. Where your eyes go, you're gonna follow. So when it comes to this relationship stuff, it's not avoidance. It's what am I seeking? What is it that I want? Now, of course, it's not necessary to create this laundry list of needs because truthfully, you're not going to find someone with your laundry list of needs. You're not going to find someone that can meet every single check. In fact, we're going to see red flags. We're going to see things that really bother us because, we're human and we all make mistakes and we all do things that drive other people crazy. You have to realize on a personal level, is that flag worth dealing with or is it not? Because if it's worth dealing with, you can deal with it because you know what? They probably have those about us too. But if it's not, if it's a deal breaker, if it's an absolute deal breaker, it's a deal breaker and you're done and you will get out. But that comfort level of staying in that relationship, that comfort level of saying, you know what? I know it's bad, but at least I have someone, and if I leave them, maybe I'll be alone for the rest of my life. Maybe they've even told me no one will love you like I will. And you know what? They're probably right. But the truth is people will take a known hell over an unknown heaven. What does that mean? That means that people will consume a bad relationship and stay in it because they're afraid of being alone. Because even if we're fighting, we're connecting. Even if we are yelling and screaming, at least we're making a connection. It's not a good one, but it is one. And that sure beats sitting on the couch alone on a Friday night. Or does it? So when we try to improve our relationships, when we try to look for a different path, we want to do something different, you know, the insanity thing. If you do the same thing over and over again, keep dating the same people over and over again, you end up getting, yep, that's right, the same result. So remove the avoidance. Find that which we are wanting in our relationship. Recognize these red flags and evaluate them. Are they worth it or are they not? Recognizing that too, I am not perfect. Thus, I have to accept some levels of red flags because there's just going to be those flags. Now, again, you're going to have some that are going to say, these are no-goes. These are no-goes. And that's fine. You take those no-goes and you go. But if it's one of those you like, I mean, they don't put the laundry where it's supposed to, or, they leave their dishes out every once in a while, but they do love me and they care for me. They send me flowers just to show that they're appreciative of me being around. They tell me they love me and all these other things. You gotta stack those up and go, which way do I go? But at the end of the day, I promise you, if you begin to look at the things that you want in the person, instead of avoiding the things that you don't, everything about your dating relationships or your dating life will be completely different. Love to hear your feedback, your comments. Let me know what you think. If you know someone that could use this video, please share it. It'd be the best thing you could ever do for me, and hopefully for them too. Take care.